All right, and here's a perfect example. Trump today had a couple of African presidents in the Oval Office, and if y'all want to see stupidity, just sheer stupid, just roll this bush. Ugh.
Here we have Ariana, who is from the continent of Africa. She's been a reporter here in the United States for many years, and she has a story to share with the press, with the media, and with these two fantastic leaders who have joined you today. So, Ariana, please.
Why don't you come up here and talk so they can see?
Sure.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
It's a great honor.
Thank President Tshisekedi. That you have no idea, he's very thankful for what you're doing, for what your administration is doing. Not only him, the entire Congolese people, they see that finally they will have hope. And President Tshisekedi also mentioned at the end of my interview that when peace finally comes to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he's thinking to nominate you as a Nobel Prize Peace, because he said you deserve, you have been working to bring peace in the world, not only at the Congo, and he's very hopeful to meet you in the future.
That's so nice. Boy, and that's so beautifully stated. And Caroline said, number one, she did say, and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect, she said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, you know, that could be the end of my political career, but I said it anyway. But you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. So you covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I cover even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank you. That's so nice that you said that.
You.
Appreciate it.
And I have one more question,
yes.
Mr. President. Since we know in July or in the future, both President of Rwanda and the Congo will be coming
yes.
to the United States. In Africa, President João Lourenço, the president of Angola, he is also the leader of African Union.
Good.
He
yes,
worked very hard to bring peace, but unfortunately...
Let's get him here.
Yes, that's
okay.
right.
Would you invite him for me?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
No, we'll have. I know that he works very hard, and he's the head of essentially the union.
Yes.
So the union all over Africa, not the kind of union that we have. This is the union all over Africa, and I'd love to have him. So you'll let him know.
Of course,
okay?
Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Good. Now you go back to where you belong,
sure.
right? That's great. That's a great job. It's real knowledge and real heart too. Congratulations. Okay.
Now, first of all, these are the foreign ministers of both countries, but he's over the union, over all of he don't even know what the hell an African Union is. Y'all, he ain't got no clue what that is. But here's the real deal, okay? I'm about to show y'all, this is really what that's all about. Okay, what Trump was all about, that wasn't about no peace. It was about African minerals. Watch.
Exactly.
That part.
Cobalt, tantalum.
So I'm a little out of my league in that one because I didn't know too much about it. I knew one thing. They were going at it for many years and with machetes. It is one of the worst wars that anyone's ever seen. And I just happened to have somebody that was able to get it settled. I mean, just a brilliant person who is very comfortable in that part of the world. It's a very dangerous part of the world. I said, are you uncomfortable there? People are being killed. School children are being raided and killed. And I don't even want to say how, but as viciously as I've ever heard. Are you uncomfortable? No, that's the part of the world that I know. Very comfortable. Was able to get them together and sell it. And not only that, we're getting for the United States a lot of the mineral rights from the Congo as part of it. They're so honored to be here. They never thought they'd be coming to, look, this is a very tough part of the world. They never thought, they were just telling me, they never thought they'd ever be coming to the White House, and they're so honored. And so
so we couldn't end the war, Michael, because it was right. Let's be sure to snatch the minerals from the Congo.
Yeah, Roland, that's what this is about. So I saw some of this broadcasted live today, ABC News online on Facebook. I read the piece from the Associated Press. And so this is the height of hypocrisy. And this is the U.S. trying to outflank China when it comes to tapping into the mineral wealth in Africa. And according to the Associated Press, the mostly untapped minerals are estimated to be worth as much as $24 trillion by the U.S. Department of Commerce, their analysis. These are the minerals in the Congo. But notice, okay, if Donald Trump cares so much about African nations, and about 6 million have been killed in this conflict, okay, if he cares so much, why did he revoke the temporary protective status of Cameroonians? Why did he revoke the temporary protective status of Haitians? Okay, why did he allow Elon Musk to kill USAID, and only about $40 billion was spent a year on USAID, and it's estimated by the Boston University model that 300,000 people have died worldwide because of the cuts to USAID. Tens of thousands of them are in Africa. Donald Trump did not announce a refugee program today for the victims for those who have been displaced from the Congo or Rwanda because of the conflict. But what was announced today from the Trump administration is that 1,000 white South Afrikaners are going to come to the U.S. because they're looked at as refugees trying to escape a genocide in South Africa. But 95% of the people killed in South Africa are black South Africans.
First of all, a genocide that don't exist.
A genocide doesn't exist. But he's not allowing black South Africans to come here.
No, because the operative word,
refugee program.
Because the operative word is black. And again, and what you have, Matt, you have these African immigrant preachers from North Carolina who don't say nothing as Trump just sit here and dismisses and disrespects African nations. But yeah, this whole thing, it was about the money.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them are grifters, and they're about their money and their own personal influence. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because I read an article in preparation of this today, and even MSNBC, the way they reported it, I mean, they talked about the piece and they just put a little codicil in there about all of the minerals that were coming from it. And it almost looked like they touted Western investment. And I really found it disgusting, because we know that the real reason they're going in is to raid those minerals. So, I mean, that's all it is. That's all it's about, is money. And these same people who purport to be, religious leaders, and they're just about the dollars in their pocket, I mean, are disgusting. But also, a lot of it's not surprising. White pastors stood in the pulpits and talked about slavery being ordained under God 150 years ago, right? Or 200 years ago. That's no different than what we see. I mean, the truth is, when people are living their true religious or their true moral values, you can differentiate those people from the people who find social capital in purporting to live those values. And that's what we're seeing. And frankly, in both black and white people who are leaning on the teachings of Christ, leaning on doctrinal, teachings, but are not doing the real things like being out and feeding the poor. And in our own state, Roland, Greg Abbott is, touting the legislature's decision, passing the bill to put the 10 Commandments up. But a couple of days later, he removes millions of dollars in SNAP benefits for Texas people who need it. I mean, I don't know how those two things can coexist, but the reality is nobody's calling them out about it. And if they do, it's not the majority voice. It's not the majority West Texas and Republicans who are saying these are not the values we purport to live. It's more about whiteness and about money. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because they don't actually believe in